Hello my friends, welcome back to my Southern Kitchen. My name is Ellen. Today I'm going to share with y'all the classic Southern deviled eggs, but with a twist. We're going to make them low country style with a shrimp on top. Yep, that's right sugar, we're going to put a shrimp on top. And my friends, it is so simple and easy to make, and as always, it is the bomb.com delicious. Everybody's going to love and enjoy these. Great to serve at your Easter dinner. Also, summer will be here soon. These would be perfect to take at your summer barbecues, family reunions. Y'all will go crazy over these, so you may want to make another batch. These will run out in seconds. And I'll post a complete recipe along with the instructions down in the description box below. Also check out my original deviled egg recipe and my previous video, semi-homemade carrot cake. I'll post the link to both of those down in the description box below. So grab your seasonings, get your eggs boiling, and get your shrimp cooking sugar, because we're about to make some low country deviled eggs magic in my Southern kitchen. Here we go! Alright my friends, the first step we're going to do is boil our eggs. Over here on my stove top, I have a large pile of water. My fire is on high heat. And over here, I have my carton of eggs. We're going to use the whole dozen. We're just going to place them into the water. And now I'm going to add in a capful of distilled white vinegar. And what the vinegar does, it makes the peeling come off easily. So all we do is bring it to a boil. Alright my friends, the water has came to a boil, so now we're going to cover the pot and cut the fire off. Let it sit in the water for 15 minutes. Alright my friends, it's been 15 minutes. Now we're going to uncover the pot and we're going to place the eggs in some cold water. I have my large bowl here filled up with very cold water. You can also add in some ice if you like. And I want to give a shout out to one of my loyal subscribers, Charlotte, for sending me this 2-piece spoon set. It is so beautiful. Thank you, Charlotte. And I'm going to use it, grabbing my eggs and put it in the cold water. Alrighty, I've got all my eggs into the water, and the water will help stop them from cooking. And while the eggs are cooling, let's cook our shrimp. On my stove top, I have my cast iron skillet, or you can use a regular skillet. I have my fire over medium heat. We're going to add in some canola oil, or you can use vegetable or olive oil. Going to twirl it around to coat the bottom of the skillet. All we do is let it get hot. And while the skillet is getting hot, let's work on our shrimp. On my plate, I have 24 large shrimp that I cleaned, peeled, and deveined. And we're going to sprinkle on 2 teaspoons of seafood seasoning. And using my clean hand, or you can use a spoon, we're just going to toss the shrimp until they're well coated in the seasoning. Okie dokie, the shrimp is nice and coated. Let's check on the skillet. Our skillet is nice and hot. Time to add in the shrimp. Be careful not to overcrowd the pan. Give it a stir. We're going to let the shrimp cook until they're pink, about 5 minutes. Be careful, you don't want to overcook shrimp. Otherwise, they'll be tough and rubbery. Alright, my friends, I am through cooking my shrimp. And it smells amazing. Nothing like the smell of shrimp cooking. See how nice and pink they are? That looks perfect. Now we're going to set these aside. Let's check on our eggs. Oh yes, they're nice and cool. Going to remove them from the cold water. Now it's time to peel them. And isn't that a neat trick to add in some vinegar? The peeling comes right off. Perfectly peeled egg. And also, if you still have any shells, you can just dip it back in the water. Now we're going to cut it in half. Voila, beautiful hard boiled egg. Now we're going to place the yolks into my bowl and place the egg whites into my deviled egg tray. Alright, as soon as I get through with the rest of my eggs, I'll bring you back. Alright, my friends, I've got all my eggs together, the yolks in the bowl and the whites onto my platter. We are ready to make the deviled eggs. So we're going to use my fork and just mash up the yolks. And I like to have a little chunk of egg yolks into my deviled eggs. You can mash them fine if you like. I also have a recipe for fried deviled eggs. I'll post a link to that down in the description box below. Alrighty, I've got all my yolks nice and mashed. Now we're going to add in 1/3 cup of mayonnaise, and make sure you use real mayonnaise. Next, we're going to add in 2 teaspoons each of sweet pickle relish that I drained and Dijon mustard. And our yummy seasonings, 1 teaspoon each of seafood seasoning and garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/8 teaspoon each of kosher salt and white pepper, or you can use black. Give it a stir until it's well blended. Alright, my friends, I am through mixing up my filling. Now we're going to spoon it into our piping bag. Now we're just going to pipe the filling into our eggshells, like so. Alright, as soon as I get through piping my eggs, I'll bring you back. Alright, my friends, I am through piping my eggs, and if you like, you could just spoon them into the eggshells. Now we're going to sprinkle them with some smoked paprika, or you can use regular paprika on top. Next is some thinly sliced green onions. And last but not least, our grilled shrimp. We're just going to put that right on top, like so. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? And there you have it, my friends. Lowcountry deviled eggs. Doesn't that look good? And look at that gorgeous shrimp on top. Oh, my mouth's watering. Now it's time for the best part, the tasting. Here we go. Look at that. Please have a bite. Creamy, full of flavor, and the shrimp is perfectly cooked, nice and tender. Love me some deviled eggs. These are incredible, my friends. Please give this recipe a try. This deserves another bite. Yum-o. Lowcountry deviled eggs, licious. My friends, many thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video recipe, please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And for more Southern magic in my kitchen, hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so that way you'll be notified when my new videos come out. Also, follow me on social media, Facebook, Ellen's Homemade Delights, and Instagram at Ellen Delights. And please send me an email, ellenshomemade@gmail.com. I would love to see your beautiful creations with my recipes. And I'll see you next time. Let's eat, much love, and happy Easter.